Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It's Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and it is day 3 of Coffee with Candy. So I'm going to give it just a moment for anybody who's going to join me live to find me, and for Facebook to catch up with me because there's a little bit of a lag time. And I am broadcasting live on facebook.com/sweetstamper. This video demonstration will also be downloaded to my YouTube channel, which is also Sweet Stamper. So sweetstamper.com is my blog. That's where you can find everything that I'm doing. And you can find my socials, you can find my email news, which you will want to subscribe to. My email news is where I'm going to be delivering all of the tutorials for the projects this week, and that is a free perk for my email subscribers. So be sure you are on my email list. So what is Coffee with Candy? So typically, I am on Thursday nights. Thursday nights, I do Thursday night stamping, but once a month, I come here and I do a series of 5 Monday through Friday Facebook Live videos, short and sweet. Hey, Jackie, I'm glad you're here with me live. And I call them Coffee with Candy. I'm at 2 p.m. in the afternoon Central Time. Typically a time when you might be maybe having a little break from your activities, from your work, from your responsibilities, and maybe be able to stop in with me and have a little bit of creative inspiration in the middle of your day. So let's see where we've gone and where we're going today. So each month, I bring you seasonal projects for the following month. So in January, we were working on Valentine projects. This month, I'm doing projects with a St. Patrick's Day theme or a lucky theme. So let's see, this is where we were yesterday. So we were doing pots of gold, and you can see where you can do this same design as a congratulations card, or you can do it as a St. Patrick's Day card. And I demonstrated how you can get this very saturated pot of gold by using our new Stampin' Positioner, which is available free right now when you join Stampin' Up! With me. So that's a $49 tool. I demonstrated it yesterday. The Monday, I demonstrated what is called the Eclipse technique. It's really fun. This was my inspiration, and then we made, again, 2 versions of the same card. This is actually the same paper, just flipped over. So this one I really like for the guys. Very kind of clean, simple, very, I wouldn't say masculine colors, very unisex colors. So you could give this to anybody. I put a lucky shamrock, a little 4-leaf clover on the inside. So these are not really St. Patrick's Day cards, but they're, within that theme of luck. Here I just flipped over the paper and brought in an extra layer. So I've got shaded spruce as my card base here, and here I've brightened it up a little bit with Shy Shamrock, which is a perfect pairing for shaded spruce. Now, today I'm going to talk to you about some angles. So let's do a St. Patrick's Day, full-on St. Patrick's Day card. Now, where are my stamp sets? Let's see. I have been showcasing every day. Yeah, here we go. So every day, these are the 2 stamp sets that I'm using. These are have just been released in January. I think they're both mini catalog. And so this is really good for good luck all year round. If you're looking for that kind of individual St. Patrick's Day greeting, I would encourage you to get Reason to Celebrate, because you're going to get a lot of your kind of spring kind of first 6 months of the year celebrations, or maybe the first 4 months. So, and I do like this has very kind of clean and modern fonts. Okay, so I'm using these new stamp sets, but I'm using annual catalog products. So I'm going to be using this beautiful, beautiful paper that you might have left over from your holiday projects. So again, this is from our annual catalog. It actually carried over, I believe, from the previous year's, what do you call it? Holiday catalog. So I am going to take this card and remake it because that's kind of what I'm doing all week. So this is that really fun angles. And again, very gender neutral. I did it a little bit different because I'm popping up these corner pieces with dimensionals. So I have kind of a concave piece here. It gives it a little bit of a variety, a little bit of a difference there. So other than that, it's really simple stamping, but it's all about the angles. Now I'm going to redo this card and I'm going to bring the angles in just a little bit and we'll see how it goes. So on this card, I used 5 1/4 by 4 and 5 by 3 3/4. This time I'm going to go 5 by 3 3/4 and 4 3/4, I think by 3 1/2. So the first thing you want to do is get these cut on the diagonal, and the very best way to do that is to use your Stampin' Trimmer. I do not recommend using a guillotine, which I like to use a guillotine trimmer for a lot of my cutting, because part of it is because I'm used to it. We had one, Stampin' Up! Had one years ago when I first started, and we could purchase it. I'm still using the same one from many years ago. And one of the reasons I like it is I can cut several pieces at one time with ease, where our trimmer is fabulous, but it's really meant for single pieces. Now, this is where you want to line this up exactly in your little, what I call the trough, and then cut through. And then I'm going to do the same thing with a 1/4 inch size smaller, and this is the designer paper. Now, what I am strategically doing here is mixing up my greens. This is Old Olive with very shiny gold. It can get a little bit, muddy if you're not careful. So this is actually Old Olive and Mossy Meadow, beautiful, beautiful greens. But it can get a little bit dark, which is perfect for holidays, but not for St. Patrick's Day. I want it to be a little bit brighter. So I'm doing that by matting it onto my, this is Granny Apple Green. And I'm just going to do, I'm gonna mat these, and then I'm going to put them on my card base with dimensionals, and that is what's going to really make this card unique, gives it that little wow factor, and that's what I'm wanting to do with all of my cards this week, is have a little bit of wow factor. Okay, I think I need to get a new blade here, so got a little bit of a shaggy edge there, which is going to show up on my white, so I don't want that to show. And when you have these really small points like this, I do recommend using your liquid glue. If you're used to hanging out with me here on Facebook or YouTube, you will know that I am a strong advocate of seal. I like dry adhesives, but sometimes you just got to get messy and get that green glue out. Now, what I'm going to do next is you see how when I put this on Lemon Lime Twist, look at how that brightens everything up. It also gives a little bit of contrast. So let me go ahead and get my Lemon Lime Twist base in here. And I am going to, I actually don't need that at the moment. This is my basic white cardstock. I'm going to be putting this right along here like so. Oh, that's not working the way I wanted it to. Let's see. Did I make these too small? Oh, I brought them in. The best laid plans. Did I make, you know what? I think I made these too big. I meant to make them smaller and I made them larger. Okay, well, let's go back to scratch. I must have really, what size are these? Ay, ay, ay. I did, you know what? I think I can't shrink them. I have to make them bigger. Okay, that was definitely not what I was planning. So let's see if we just go back to square one, as it were. This is what happens. I like to stamp on the fly, craft on the fly, but sometimes things don't go quite the way you had planned, and that's what's happening today. So I think what I'm going to do is, let's see how we can make this work. Let's see if maybe I can just take my edges and trim them down by, let's just trim them down by, you can experiment with me. We're going to trim down a 1/2 inch here and a 1/2 inch here. Now this may be too much, but we'll see. We will see. I mean, that's what we do. We learn together. So I make no apologies about my mess ups. Now I think I just did the wrong. This is, yeah, I might have to bring this one down a little bit more. I think I've just totally obliterated my design. Well, let's see. The best laid plans. Let's see. So that, let's see what that would give me. I think that is going to give me way too much space. So we will go back to square one and we will do, let's get this paper. See, I think I already have these cut that I was practicing with. Are these the same original cut? No, that's what happened this time. You know what I'm going to do? I think we're going to just change it up. Okay, let's see. I think I got an idea. We are going to change it up and do things a little bit different. So let's go ahead and, because I've chopped up the one I was just working on, so I can't use that one. Let's use this one that I was practicing with and see if we can make lemonade out of lemons. I do like that. Because, you know, when we mess something up, typically it is an opportunity to create something a little different than what we started with. Sometimes we like it better, sometimes not. But usually you can retrieve what you're working on and make it work. And that's what I'm endeavoring to do. What I started to say earlier is this particular paper, and I want to say it's Seasons of Gold, but I don't think that's right. I don't think I have the the original packaging in front of me. But there are these splotches of gold. So you can angle it or cut it where you get more gold or less gold, or you can just flip it to the back and then you have matte where it doesn't have, let me show you. So here is my gold side. The opposite side is just like a painting, like palette knife painting without any, what's what I'm looking for? Without any gold. Okay, so I think I'm going to do it like so. So I've got very small borders. Like I said, we're just doing this really different because that's what happens. You know, sometimes it's that way, one way in my head, altogether different when I put it on paper. And I don't think that I'm alone in this. But one of the things I do like to do here at sweetstamper.com/Facebook, because I'm doing Facebook Live at the moment, I do try to bring you things where I've already messed up so you don't have to. That is kind of my focus. Okay, so totally different. There's my original. So I think what we're going to do is we are just going to come across here with some basic white, and I think we're going to do something a little bit larger than this. I like that size, the width. So let's just bring that here and see. I think that's, yeah, about 1.25 inches. So let's go ahead and do that same 1.25 inches here. And we will just change it up. And we will make lemonade out of lemons. And we will make it so that we can still use the card, because it's a pretty card base. Okay, let's go with 1 1/4, like so. And I think I'm going to need it to be, that's my scoring blade. I think I'm going to need it to be helps if you go in the right direction, Candy. I think I'm going to need it to be like, let's go full on 4 1/4, and then we'll just maybe slash the ends. We'll see. And just kind of bring more angles into it. Because I think what I like about this angle card is I like all the angles. So this is where we started. And now this is where we are going. And now if we go like this, I think that we can make it work. Okay, is that about like that? Yeah, it's a little bit, might be a little bit wider than I need, but we'll go with it. And then if we need to trim it down, we will. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the 2 greens that are in the Designer Series paper, Mossy Meadow and Old Olive. So let's start with Mossy Meadow, which is what I used for the 4-leaf clover. A sign of luck. Great symbol of luck. And again, this is a card that would work great for the guys and great for the girls. And I like that. Not quite where I want it to be. Not perfect. Let's flip it over. Because if I go in the same spot, I think, you know what I should have done? Duh. Does make a difference when you use this little foam underneath here. It really, really makes a difference with your photopolymer stamps. Yay. Which, of course, all of our new stamps are photopolymer. So that is the wave of the future. And I will say from the time we first introduced photopolymer, people loved being able to see through it. And even with that, I know that photopolymer, the formulations have continued to improve. So I trust Stampin' Up! To not lead us astray and to give us a quality product. They have never led me astray. I think I'm just going to leave that. My original, I did 3. I think I'm going to, I've already played dangerously, so I don't think I want to, Okay, we're going back here. And we're going here. Is this the way y'all stamp too? I'm thinking it is. And let's just go about there. Okay. Super sweet. And honestly, you know, although I used 2 different greens, I know this has to dry. Not a lot of variation in there. So here's my original, which I do like better, but I wanted to be able to work with my boo-boo. So let's see if we can just slash this like so. And I won't slash the other side because I came really close to the edge already. Let's slash a little bit more. This episode should be called Watch Candy Mess Up. Not totally sure I'm thrilled with that. I like lots of angles going and more angles going, but I'm not sure that really works. So I think, and I can't really cut it off the edge now, so I think we are going to have to bring in this other angle, and maybe I will, oh yeah, I think I like it better. Or just not. Yeah, I don't think I like it at all. Okay, we're going to start over. And you know what? Part of this is what happens when we are in a little bit of a kerfuffle mode, you know. For those of you who've been here with me for the last couple of weeks, my house has been upside down with a slab leak, and actually then they found a second leak. Then we got the flooring put back in the master closet, and we got the clothes put back in. Oh, but no, wait, there's more. So our house has been upside down for almost 3 weeks. And I tell you, it kind of messes with your head. Okay, now let's go back to Mossy Meadow. Hey, Frankie, I'm glad you're here with me. It is nice to have familiar faces while I'm doing a little afternoon stamping. So Coffee with Candy is actually meant to be quick and easy projects and relaxing time for you. I'm not sure that my mess ups have relaxed you or not, but we'll see. And let's see. You know what? I'm just going to keep going with the same. And then I'm going to whack the ends and make this shorter and not try to bring it. Okay, let's bring it there. And then let's do our happy. No, just keep it straight, Candy. Now, you can see where I didn't, no, actually the K is a little bit short. If you look at the K here, it's a little bit short. Let me get that glare out of your face. Now, let us see if that will go. Oh yeah, let's just trim it down to 4 and be done with it. And then I'm not having to try to bring it all the way to the edge like that. And I could add a little bit of Wink of Stella, but I will say Wink of Stella is a little bit silvery, and I've got all this gold, so I think I'm going to keep it simple. I do think I'm going to bring it maybe here and put my little gold pieces up here. So I have my little gold coin, as it were. Now these are annual catalog. These are flower accents, but to me they don't really look like a flower. They just look like a little gold disc. So we're going to have them as our pieces of gold. Here we go. So 2 different ways. I can already tell you my preference is my original. But I think I managed to make lemonade out of lemons, so I can still use my card. I can still send it. You know, St. Patrick's Day is one of those really just fun spring holidays. Depending on where you live, they might celebrate it more or less. Here in San Antonio, we have the San Antonio River that goes through our city, and they dye the entire river green for St. Patrick's Day. So I would say we definitely do celebrate. Now, let's bring, I probably brought that down a little farther than I meant, but that's okay. We will be okay. What I want to do is put this here and this here. And let's just keep the big ones instead of varying and going to a small one. And let's do gold. We are going for the gold. So there is St. Patrick's Day 1 and 2, lots of angles. And tell me, you might like this one better. This is my original. One of the things I really like is you see all of these pieces are up on dimensionals. This is flat. So I like that kind of concave variation. It's different. This one, I laid them flat because I did them a different size and just brought the greeting across the center. You know what I could do? I like that gold piece in the center of the shamrock. And I think I'm going to bring that right here. I mean, there's a lot of gold on this card, but it's a St. Patrick's Day card, and I think it just works. So that is it for today. This is day 3 of Coffee with Candy, the Luck of the Irish edition. We are doing all week, Monday through Friday. We are doing projects. Tomorrow, I'm going to bring you a treat project. We are doing projects to celebrate St. Patrick's Day or with a theme of good luck. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please follow my channel if you are on YouTube or on Facebook. I will be here tomorrow again at 2 p.m. Thanks so much for tuning in. Take care and God bless.